There you go.
Yeah, next slide, Faiz. This is the team from a Northern California chapter who's presenting this series. You already heard from Diana, myself. I'm the co-founder at the Silicon Partners and UiPath MVP. With us is Amit Tiwari, who is and Faiz, who are fellow MVPs as well from TSP, the Silicon Partners. So we have already done a couple of series sessions for this series. This the third one, and there are few more coming down the pipe, and we will be talking about those in the next slide. Faiz? Yeah, so this is the third session which we are doing today, the Coded Agents. Please register for the next session, which is definitely very exciting as well, which talks about testing, agentic testing from UiPath. So please would highly encourage everyone to register for that session, which happens next week. Here's the QR code for you guys to register for these sessions. And this is the chapter. Please feel free to reach out to us on the chapter website, LinkedIn, via email, text, and we'll be happy to organize any session that is of any interest to the folks joined here. So, here's next slide. This is a high level agenda. Obviously, this is all about coded agent, and so we'll talk about high level what is a coded agent and the UiPath SDK software development kit. Then, I mean, you've heard the MCP server buzzword, LangChain, LangGraph. We'll talk about that, and also, Faiz will talk about how to build your first coded engine and MCP server on UiPath. And then we'll do a quick live demo. Faiz has done a phenomenal job from a demo perspective. And then in the end, we'll leave some time for Q&A. You can always use the chat functionality of Zoom to post your question during the session. We'll take up those questions in the end. So Faiz, if you can monitor the chat later on from a question and answer perspective, that'll be awesome. But I think this will be a great session, and as a chapter, we look forward for to providing as much as details as possible from this session. Faiz? Yeah, so Faiz, over to you, and take it from here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pankaj. Yeah, hey everybody, thank you so much once again to join these sessions again. Like we already have delivered two sessions in this series. That is the third session of this series. That is agentic automations, and we already have covered the agentic, how you can build the low code, no code agent, and how you can build the agentic orchestration, that is Mastro. So these two sessions we already have delivered, and the recording of these sessions is also available on the session page, and as well as you can go through the UiPath community channel, YouTube community channel. That is, you can search through the @UiPath community. You can get all the sessions detail over there. And it is not for these sessions. You can have all the sessions detail over this YouTube channel. So, like Pankaj said, we have today we are going to cover more on the UiPath coded agent and UiPath coded MCP server, and these two are really the buzzword in this automation industry. Not just automation industry, you already have heard about in a different domain as well. So every companies, every organization, every tech giant is just using the agents and building the agent MCP server to ease the developer jobs or the company's jobs and integrate your environment with their environment. Just take an example of building the agent, like you are building the agent for UiPath, and you have the capability to integrate MCP server of the SAP, Salesforce, Microsoft, whatever the MCP server. And this time we have every company has built their own MCP server, and there we have different tools you can call through the MCP server. So let's talk about more on the UiPath coded agent. That is that you can build with the help of any ID, whatever you are familiar. So currently, I'm just going to use the UI Microsoft VS Code Editor so that you can go and check like how we are going to build this coded agent or the coded MCP server with the help of these ID. So the idea is UiPath bring these capabilities into the UiPath ecosystem. So Earlier, you have seen we have the automations, we have the AI ML capabilities, document understanding, AI Ascent, and all together. And UiPath itself having the uh, code capabilities, like you can bring your VB.NET code, C Sharp code, and also you can write the Python code within the UiPath Studio itself. But you cannot bring the UiPath Python packages, because Python having the huge libraries, you can bring all these libraries together with the help of UiPath SDK. You can see here. So in these sessions, we will try to cover UiPath LangChain agent, how you can leverage this to build it. And UiPath SDK, I will just cover like what are the things is available within the UiPath ecosystem. You can write your code with the help of UiPath SDK and Python libraries. And you can see here how we can follow the flow in order to start building the agent, how we can connect the agent, that is the coded agent, and how you can deploy and run the agent in UiPath ecosystem itself. So first we will start with defining the agent logics in your ID. Like I said, ID can be anything, whatever you are familiar with. And in this session, I will use the VS Code. Once you have this ID and the Python, you can navigate to establish the connection. So we have this documentation with us. So I will walk you through the UiPath official documentation. So I will also share in the Teams chat. You can go and check later as well. And we'll also share our LinkedIn profile so that if you have any questions further, you definitely reach out to us and we can address your questions, and we can help you out to make this journey beautiful for you. So you can see here establishing the connections to UiPath. It is required some connection details. UiPath, like you are going to use UiPath SDK. So there we have some commands in order to build the connections, and it will navigate to the UiPath orchestrator to build the connection. Then you can deploy your code into the UiPath ecosystem. So connection established, then you have to deploy into the orchestrator, and also you can run this agent through the orchestrator. So these are the hierarchies we are just going to follow in this session. So here we can see what are the supported libraries here. So UiPath Coded Agent will support the Python language currently, and you can have this UiPath LangGraph and LangChain agent you can build through the libraries. And UiPath also supporting not only the LangChain LangGraph, it is also supporting the Llama Index and many more technologies coming in the pictures, and they are going to provide these details on the same websites. You can build the agent with the help of different platform as well. Currently, we have LangChain LangGraph and many more integrations and discussions going around with the companies to integrate it. So currently we have Python. So Python, you can leverage the Python in order to do anything, and you can call any packages and library through this UiPath SDK. So this is just a high level of licensing here. You can see if you talk about the first column entitlement, here you can see the LLMs false, and there we divided. And these are the detail also available on the UiPath documentation. We just copied it for this sessions in order to ease your, like you can have some picture like how you can leverage the licenses and how you can utilize this agent and how it will consume your AI units or the agent units, right? So if we talk about the trial plans, there we have two different plans, that is community and pro trial. So in community, 500 LML call for per organization daily, and uh, you can see robots running 300 robots units per org per month executions. That is the threshold. And you can see the 5 minutes minimum, right? The pro trial, you can see one LLM call, that is point dot two, platform agent units one, context only call equal to point two dot o platform agent units. And you can see the running agents, how units it will cost. Yeah. For enterprise, we have different model you can see here, that is one LLM call equal to one agent AI unit, and context grounding equal to one AI unit. Same way in the unified plans, and it will be depends upon when we are going to discuss with the UiPath sales and marketing team. They will offer you, then when you comes with your requirement, they will describe you about these plans, flex plan, the unified plans. So yeah, you can go and check in the UiPath documentations or UiPath licensing for this coded agent or the agents, right? Here, just a screenshot of what I'm going to build. We already have built. And once you install the UiPath SDK or UiPath coded agent package, it will automatically get a couple of files together. So you need to just tweak these Python code and make it ready for for your agent building. So we are just going to take example of just passing the prompt and expecting some results to this agent. These are just a smaller example, but in the real scenario, you can bring all these Python capabilities and you can build all these uh, whatever you are needed. And it is not possible with the UiPath Studio. You can comes here and leverage the UiPath Python SDK, bring all the Python packages, write your agent code, and you can deploy these agents into the UiPath ecosystem to leverage each and everything. So these are coded agent screenshot you can see here. Then in this tech era, you already have heard about the model context protocol, and every company is building the MCP in order to ease the integrations with their ecosystem. Means like UiPath connected with the SAP, Salesforce, Microsoft, and any company's MCP server, and they can also whatever the tools exposed within the SAP server, they can leverage it through the UiPath or maybe any MCP client. So there is two concepts like MCP client. You can use any MCP client. It can be Postman. It can be any MCP client. MCP server, there the company is exposing their tools. Tools like in the if we talk about the tools like in the UiPath scenario, you can see here tools can be your process, your agent, your API workflow. So these can be your tools to integrate into your ecosystems, right? So here you can see UiPath supporting four types of MCP server. So first, that is UiPath, means you can build the UiPath MCP server and you can use this server outside the UiPath with the help of MCP client. Like if you are the SAP company and you are using your SAP ecosystem, you have the SAP MCP clients. So build something within the UiPath ecosystem. You can expose your tools and agents. It will generate some endpoint URL. These URLs you can use into your MCP clients to call all the UiPath capabilities, whatever we have built, like tools, agent, and any API workflow. Then coded agent with the help of UiPath SDK, that is it. And you can build this coded agent with the help of SDK that is using the Python language, right? Then command, you can bring your MCP server from an external packages fees via command. This allow you to integrate an existing MCP server. Then remote connect your remote MCP server via secure tunneling. This setup allows this exposure of multiple MCP server, each authorized with different provided through the UiPath platform. Just an example here for the MCP server you can see, and we have many more examples like I said. So you can see the client app call all implied. Client app can be anything, right? Any client application, or you can integrate this MCP server, any web applications, right? So you have created one MCP server. There we have two different tools. You can see in this screenshot. That is uh, company policy agent. That is one is the agent which is acting as a tool, and second is the send email, that is the API workflow or the process. So these tools, these are part of this MCP server. Whenever we call this MCP server, we can use any of these tools. Either we can use tool one, that is the company policy agent. Maybe we are requesting these informations, and in order to send these information over to the email, so we can call the another tool that is send email. So we can build MCP server. There can have multiple tools, right? So here we have some coded MCP server examples. So once we initialize all these files comes here and UiPath builds one example of this MCP server, that is the UiPath mass server. So it's act like the UiPath calculator MCP server. So whenever we call any tools like add, subtract, multiply, division, so it will when we have to pass two values and it will perform some actions and returns these values. So these are some code snippet you can see here. So yeah, so we have seen like we have two different agent builder template or framework we are going to use, that is LangChain or LangGraph, or we have another that is called Llama Index. And there we are see example like we can build the agent with LangChain, that is single low agent. We can build an LangGraph, we can build multi steps or branching. So we can leverage anything like you are comfortable with LangChain or LangGraph, you can go for it. So you can go and read the documents, whatever the UiPath official document is available, or maybe you can go and check the LangChain, how you can build your agent with LangChain and LangGraph. You can deep dive into. So we have the last session, that is the fourth session of this series, that is agentic testing. You feel free to scan this QR code and register for this event. There we are going to cover the agentic testing, and UiPath test automation or testing agent. So you can feel free to navigate to this QR code and register for these sessions. Here we have some useful websites that we will also share in the chat. So these are the UiPath official documentation for this MCP server, LangChain, LangGraph, and UiPath Coded Agent. So that is, if you talk about the UiPath SDK, that is all these comes under this UiPath SDK. So yeah, let's start with demo. And before starting any demo, so I would like to tell you about the prerequisites. Like if you are going to start building your UiPath coded agent, so you are required two things. First, that is VS Code. So in order to install VS Code or Python, so even you can use Microsoft Store. So you can install through the Microsoft Store. There you can just type VS Code, and you can install through the um, uh, Microsoft Store. That is, and you can choose any version of the Python version and VS Code version. And once it is installed on the machine, so you can open your VS Code editor. Okay, so I'm sure like you are familiar with VS Code editor, and here we need to create one folder, then we need to create environment. So all these are written in the UiPath documentation itself. We don't need to worry about it. So when we go to this uipath.github.io, UiPath Python code getting started. So this documentation link is also available on this chat. You can go and open this documentation. You can have a look on it, and you can start your coded automation journey. So we can start with UiPath SDK here. You can see the some prerequisites, that is Python, the higher version of Python, that is 10.3.10 or higher. And we can use any of these package manager, that is pip or UV. UV is faster than pip, so maybe you can use UV or Python, sorry, the pip. And it is also required the UiPath cloud platform account with appropriate permissions. If you are using the organizational orchestrator, you have some permissions to access. And if you are the Mac or like Linux user or Bash, you can use this command, or if you want to use PowerShell, you can pass this command. And if you want to use this pip or UV, you feel free to go for it, either UV or pip. If you're familiar with pip package manager, you feel free to use it and pass these commands to create the environment. So first we can create the environment, then activate the environment. Then we need to check the pip is we have the latest pip version or not, so we can install it. Then we can install the UiPath Python SDK, that is pip install UiPath. And then we can check the UiPath SDK version here. And there we have few more information that we need to uh, authenticate this coded agent with the current UiPath orchestrator access. If it is authenticated, then if you have multiple tenants, they will give an options to select the right tenant where you want to deploy this agent. So if you want to deploy in tenant one, you can choose 0. If you want to deploy in 2, then 1. If you have multiple tenants, more than 2 tenants, so you can choose so forth, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Once you are authenticated, so there we have some codes here. You can copy and paste this code, and you can tweak this code in order to make it ready for your requirement. You can, once you are ready with your code, you need to initialize your project. So once you initialize, this will create the UiPath.json file, and then you can run this main.py file. So means once you initialize, it will automatically create a couple of files, and then you can use this, right? And once you initialize, it will also create the dot one more file that is called pyproject.tml file. There you can put all these information, that is name, maybe your name or anyone else's name, email ID, the version itself, and you can save these files. Once you deploy it, it will create a package. So you need to pass this command UiPath package. It will create the package like .NuGet package, and you can put some version over there while you are updating this pyproject.tml file. Once your package is created, then you can publish this package. So there we have some few code snippet, you can use it in your program. So these are the common SDK package and some instructions here. So let's more stick on this UiPath LangChain agent, which we are going to build today. So let us start with getting started. So here we have same instruction. The version should be 3.0 or higher. We can use any package manager, cloud platform permissions, and Anthropic or OpenAI key because we are going to use the a model in order to perform any intelligent decisions. Like we need to add any model capabilities. So maybe you can use any of these to perform. These two are supporting currently, Anthropic or OpenAI, or maybe you we have. I will walk you through another things like if you want to use the ChatGPT, OpenAI as your OpenAI models, you can also leverage it. So in order to register, if you want to generate some API key, you can navigate to this page that is console.anthropic.com. You can register here, or if you have some paid plans, so you don't need to worry, you can have this. Or if your free plan is expired, you need to buy this uh, paid plan in order to get the API key. Same way, if you don't want to go with the Anthropic, you can go with the OpenAI key. Just click on this page that is platform.openai.com. You need to sign in first, then you need to create your key for this project or this coded agent. Once you are done, you need to come here. You can see the how precisely they have written this instructions, how you can create your first coded agent with the help of this Python SDK. So creating a new project. So first, we need to create a directory. That is, we can use the command that mkdir. And we have this VS Code open. Let me open the terminal first. So instead of PowerShell, you feel free to change anytime PowerShell or command prompt. Let me change it to command prompt. You can pass this command mkdir or maybe choose where you want to create this folder. So I just want to create this folder under this VS Code Python, and there I can create new folder. It is called session 3 coded agent and MCP. Just keep it coded agent for now. I can select this folder. Okay, so I'm now under this folder, and you feel free to create with the help of mkdir command. Let me close this autopilot. So once you created this folder, let's back to the instruction here. You need to call this directory and the current directory. The next step, you need to create the environment. So let's go back to this VS Code and open the new terminal, or maybe let me drag and drop here. Currently, I have this. Okay. So as per the instruction, even in the document, so we need to create this folder first. All this folder, you should be in the current directory. I'm in the current directory, session 3, coded agent. The next steps, you need to create a environment. So I'm just passing this command Python -m venv. And if you have the conda environment in your, you feel free to create the conda environment. I'm just using the Python here, and my environment name that is my env. So just hit enter. The environment is created. You can see here my env. There we have a couple of files. So the next step that is given in the document, that is we need to activate the environment. Then we need to check the Python. We are having the current version of the pip or not. So let me go back again, activate this environment. That is my env / scripts activate. And this script is nothing. You can come here, and under this script you can see this activate. So I'm just passing this path. That is my env scripts activate. Hit enter. Okay, let me write this script scripts activate. So you can see I'm currently this using this environment that is my env. Let me clear all this. Okay, so you have seen I have copied this command that is python -m pip install dash dash upgrade pip. So let me upgrade this pip version to check if it is we are using the latest version or not here. So it is going to upgrade this pip version that is package manager. Then we have the next command that is called pip install LangChain Anthropic. We can just copy it from here itself, no need to type here. So you can see the latest version we have here. So we can pass this command that is pip install LangChain Anthropic. So while it is installing, let me copy the other command that is pip install UiPath LangChain. So set, so we already have installed, there is no error. The next step is we need to install this package that is pip install UiPath LangChain. While it is installing, let's go back and use this command to check the version. UiPath LangChain version here. So once we check the version, so you can see the next command we need to pass it here, that is UiPath new my agent. This you can change. You need to pass this command. And feel free to pass this UiPath new dash dash help if you want to see like what inside this package. You feel free to pass UiPath help or UiPath new dash dash help. So you will have these options like what we need to pass after this. Like UiPath new. The agent name can be anything. You can change it. My agent, first coded agent, or any meaningful agent you are going to build. Once you hit this command, it will create these couple of files into this here environment. That is first, it will create main.py. Here we have a couple of code already there. Then it will create the LangGraph.json. Then we'll create the Py project for TML in order to maintain all these project details, that is author, email address, package version, description, and many more details over there. I will show you. Then after this command, you need to pass this UiPath init. Then you need to pass one more command. I will show you after this screen. Let's go back to see where we are on this installation side. So it is almost done. I can copy the next command, that is UiPath agent. If dependency is burned or not match currently regular. Okay. Okay, let's see. We can take it up later to see whether the existing code is working or not because of this dependency resolver. So we are currently using the lower version, and the higher version, and it's suggested to use this lower version. That is, the lower is incompatible with this current version. So let's see here. So we have passed this command, that is UiPath my new agent, and it has created a couple of file here. You can see the LangGraph main file, and let me scroll down. You can see these are the file has been created by UiPath init command. Sorry, my new agent command. And the next step, you need to pass UiPath init. You can see the next step here itself. Initialize the project by passing this command UiPath init. So it is going to initialize this project and also have created this environment.env file. Okay. Okay, so we missed one more command that is called run UiPath auth, then we can initialize it. So let me pass UiPath auth. And if you are using your uh, any of your community account, your enterprise account, you can just pass your UiPath auth. It will navigate to your any of the open browser and ask you to log into the UiPath cloud, and it will authenticate automatically. And I'm currently using the staging environment. So there we have the options to pass dash dash staging. So if in order to get help, like what inside this UiPath command, so UiPath auth dash dash help, you can see what are the available options here within this UiPath auth. So either you can pass dash dash cloud, dash dash staging, alpha, any command you can use it within this UiPath auth. Use this command that is staging. Let me copy it, and I can use UiPath auth. Then I will pass this command that is staging. So once I hit, it will open the browser and open the, and it will automatically authenticate this browser UiPath orchestrator. So it is already authenticated, you can see. And once it is authenticated, and if you don't have multiple tenant, you have seen in the documentations, if it is having multiple tenant, it will give you an options to select the right tenant. So currently I'm using one tenant as the default tenant. It is indicated with 0. If you have multiple tenants, it will start with 0, 1, 2, 3, and so forth, right? So I don't want to select any tenant because the default tenant, we currently have one. It is all already selected here, and authentication is successful. If you are failing, you need to check. You need to authorize first, right? You need to get this successful message, then you can continue with the initialization. It will not work until you authorize your tenant, right? Now you can pass this command UiPath init. So once you pass this command, that is UiPath init, it will automatically create that is agent.permit, UiPath.json, and also created these reference file here. So let us start with UiPath agents.md. So there you can maintain all these description notes here about your coded agent, and also you can maintain this file. And there we have one more file that is created agent.made. There we are maintaining this graph hierarchy. And yeah, that is it. So it has created all these files when we pass this UiPath init. Okay, so the next command is we need to authentication is done, initialization is done. Yeah, so the next you need to maintain these environment variable. If you are going to use OpenAI or Anthropic, you need to create these two variables, either OpenAI or Anthropic. And based on the available keys, it will automatically select here. Let me go back to the code. You can see here the .env file, and let me add here the variables in equal to. You can pass your key here. Same way you can copy it from, and you need to maintain the variable naming convention here. Just pass the variable name and also the key here. You can just copy these keys from your environment, that is Anthropic or your OpenAI. Once you are done, you can paste it to the env file and save this file, that is .env. So all done. Okay, now this time you need to run this agent. Either you can pass UiPath run agent topic and UiPath. This will goes to the LLM model, and it will you need to pass this JSON format. And we have more options here in order to run your cross agent. You can either pass this, you can create this file. I'm just going to create this file, that is input.json, and you can pass your JSON code. Topic, anything you can pass your path, coded agent, and save this file. And let me open this main.py file to show you. Okay. So if you're using any Anthropic key or OpenAI key, feel free to use the existing code. So I'm just currently using the staging environment, and there we have few more options to change the model. So if you go down here and go to the chat model into this LangChain, you will see here we have, excuse me. So here we have some codes written by Baba. You can use any models and you need to use this specific code. You can come down and select any of the code. So I'm just going to use this code. First, we need to import this UiPath LangChain.chat model. Then we can pass this code. So I have written this code and tested in my environment. So I will copy this code and replace with the existing one. Okay, so let me copy the entire code here. So we only need to change till here. You need to just copy this, just paste it here. And we can copy this command. Okay, so that's it. Because we are just doing this tweaking because I'm just going to use this model that is UiPath Azure chat chat OpenAI. Okay, and the other things I need to comment out this 9. Okay, that is all set. We have created this input file. We are just passing this topic, and the topic we need to search through these models. That is the UiPath Azure chat OpenAI model. So let's save these two files, and now we can run this command. Again, so you can see here, once you all done, you have created this file. Now we can run this agent. So in order to run this agent, you need to pass this command run UiPath run agent as dash file, and the file name you need to pass it here. Let me change the file name, that is import.json. Okay, LLM is not defined. Okay, instead of this LLM, we can pass this LLM model. Let me save this file and we can run it again. Yeah, so you can see here about the UiPath coded agent. So UiPath is a leading company in robotic process automation, has developed a feature known as coded agent. This tool is designed to enhance automation capabilities by allowing the developer to create. Okay, so we can change this input anytime if you want to search about Microsoft. You can change it. This is a small code snippet to let you know how you can leverage the UiPath LangChain coded agent builder. You can customize this code, and you can call any of the Python libraries, and you can um, test it, and you can deploy it into UiPath orchestrator to leverage the UiPath and Python capabilities together. So I can run this agent again to see, and while it is running, you can go back here to see like what are the next steps. These are some optional steps if you want to customize your package name or your email ID. You need to go to this pipe and project.uml, provide this information before packing this solution into the NuGet package. Once it is done with UiPath pack, it will create this file, and then you need to pass this UiPath publish dash as your folder locations. So it will publish the agent into your specific location of the folder. So let's go back to see the execution. Yeah, it is completed. So now it's time to pack this solution. And before this packing, so we can go into this pyproject.uml. You can see information here. Uh, the name of this package, that is my agent, we can change it sessions 3 underscore coded agent. We can change the version if you want to keep this 00 dot 1, or maybe we can start from 1.0.0, and you can change the description by first coded agent. You can pass your name, your email ID. Yeah, that is all which is needed. And if you don't want to change, you can publish with the same details. So once you are done, then you need to pass another command that is called UiPath pack. It will create a package, that is NuGet package. You will notice here, once it create the package, it will list it here under this folder. And let me refresh it. be there. Okay, no problem. So you can see here. So it is created with the name that session underscore coded agent, the version here, description, whatever I have provided, and the author name. It has successfully created this package. Now it's time to publish this package. That is UiPath publish. And if you want to take some help on this publish, just pass this help, and you will see all the available options in order to publish to the orchestrator. You can pass T if you want to publish into the tenant level, dot W, that is workspace, my workspace. So let me push this agent to my workspace. And if you want to copy, just click on it and copy the path. Or you can just pass this folder name, that is UiPath publish dash dash my dash workspace and just enter. You can see it is publishing this package, and you can either click on this link to navigate to this package or process in order to add, and maybe you can directly come here, and if you want to add this package, click on this add text process. You will find your sessions 3. You can see here session 3 coded agent, and if you want to provide some environments value, that is Anthropic or OpenAI key, you feel free to pass those values here, and you can pass this topic in if you want to run it here. Let me pass this topic only, that is, and you have seen we have created the input file that is having the topics. So we need to pass this topic here. I'm just passing the UiPath MCP server. Let's click on next, next, create. So the name station coding is already exist. Okay, this page, go back. Yeah, it is here. So I can click on this button in order to run. Just pass this UiPath MCP server. Can start. Here it is pending. Yeah, now it has started. It is locating for your available licenses. It is running on the UiPath serverless environment. You can see here cloud serverless. So while it is running, let, let we can see how it is. You can see here. So agent is running and it is installing all the packages. So yeah, it is done. Successful, no error. And we have a very detailed report here. So we have passed this input or the query or the command to the LLM models to provide this information. Just passing this UiPath MCP server. So we have all these available options here. The reports on UiPath MCP server instructions. UiPath MCP platform service is compatible of the UiPath ecosystem designed to enhance the development and management of automation solution across multiple clouds. So it is not even the accurate, but we need to pass and the complete prompt what is MCP and how we are going to elaborate it. But based upon the model and what are the prompt we are passing, it is returning all these information. So you can leverage it anytime and just passing any information. So you can see that we have built first coded agent with the help of UiPath SDK and all these. So we can also build the UiPath coded MCP server. So while it is deployed and it is already there into this my workspace, so now we can build the coded MCP server in order to leverage and how we can utilize. So like I said, we have uh, different options to create the MCP server. So We will navigate through the each options. Okay. So you can go and you also check on your UiPath orchestrator. There we have one option that is called MCP Server, and there you have an options to add MCP Server here. So once you hit the add MCP, there you can see the 3 or 4 options. First, we started with the UiPath, means like expose UiPath artifact as the tool via MCP. First thing you need to provide the MCP name, and we can provide the UiPath MCP server, and it will create endpoint a URL, and you can put some description here. And you will notice here one button that is called Add Tools, because each MCP server requires some tools to add it here. So I am just going to click Add, and all the UiPath tools are tools. Like I said, it is automation or process, agents, agentic process, that is Mastro. You can also call it API workflow and activities. Anything you feel free to. Activities means that all these integration services are also there. So if I want to add this agent X Salesforce sales order creation, I can add as a tool, right? There is no entry point here. So this tool is added here. If I want to add many tools or agents, right? We have a couple of agents here. If you want to add agent email summarizer, in the previous session you have seen we have built these agents to summarize any emails. So I can add this agent and copy it. Okay. And this agent is required, or this input data as email content in order to summarize it. So yeah, all set. So we have added 2 tools here. We can add many tools here. We can also add this agentic process. So we have created, I'm just going to create this UiPath MCP server, and also adding this process in order to initialize or start. So once I hit this add, so you can see these are the tools for this MCP server. We can just copy it and go to the Postman or go to the any MCP client and trigger these tools and leverage these tools. If you want to test this AO testing, that is agentic orchestration testing, we feel free to call all these available tools within this MCP server we have created in this environment. We have another MCP server that is called Coded Agent. So currently we haven't created any coded agent here within this environment. Let's go back to the UiPath. Sorry, this excuse me. So we can create a new folder here. Can select this folder to start from scratch. And I will go fast forward. We are running out of time, right? So I need to cover this MCP coded MCP server as well. So we can go to the terminal and start this command prompt. So we are currently in this folder. So we have a documentation here. You can see for this MCP server. Go to the getting started. Follow the instruction given here. Create a directory, call this directory, create an environment, activate the environment, then create a new MCP server. So let me copy this UiPath new MCP server, and I will go back to the MCP server. So need to follow the instructions, same way you have followed for the coded agent. First, we need to create the environment, that is, we are going to use Python -m venv my So yeah, it has created the environment. Let me call this, activate this environment by using this command myenv /script scripts /activate. So environment is activated. Let me pass this command which I have copied here. Yes, so let me install this pip. So while it is installing the pip latest version, then we can copy it the pip install UiPath MCP, that is the MCP server package. Okay, all set. Install it. So while it is installing this server, this package, we need to run this command, that is UiPath new mass server. So this was created by UiPath for testing. So there we can calculate any numbers, any two numbers with the help of this MCP. And there we have tools, many tools are written by the UiPath teams. We can call these tools and we can perform the actions. So while we passing this command, it will create the server.py, mcp.json, PyProject, and then we need to initialize. And before initializing, we need to authenticate this MCP server. I'm sorry, we are running out of time, but yeah, I need to cover this period. It's also very important. If you want to build this coded MCP server, you need to follow these instructions. So yeah, all set. Then we need to install this UiPath as server. All set. You can see here it was successful, and it has created all the supporting file. And they need to pass this UiPath init. And before init, we need to pass the UiPath auth in order to get the access. Auth. That's std. Yeah, so authorization is done. Then we need to pass UiPath init. Yeah, initialization is completed. And the next step is, if you want to self-host, means like you want to debug this MCP server to run it through this VS Code. I'm just going to push this code in order to get it run through the UiPath orchestrator. Init is done, environment is created, authorization is also done. I don't need to run it locally right now, but yeah, you feel free to run it locally. You have to pass this environment variable into the .env file, then you can run it. Okay, so in order to publish this, you need to pack it first, then you need to publish it on the same workspace. So let me quickly pack this. If you want to change any version here, feel free to come into this PyProject file, change your name, version description. I will keep it as it is. And let me pass this command UiPath pack. Same command you have seen we have used in the UiPath coded agent. You can see the package is created. Now we can publish this. Okay, so all set. as published. Let me go back to this automation process. Yeah, we can see this mass server. Okay, so let's come back to this MCP server. We remove this and let me know how you can create this coded agent. Same way, so let's select this coded agent, provide this name, UiPath Coded MCP Server. It will give you an options to copy this URL, put some description, and select your MCP server, that is mass server. You need to provide the name, that is mandatory, and the process for the server you need to select. This MCP server you can see here. So let me click on this add. Once you add, you can see it is active. And under this tool, you will find all the available tools. It is why it is not coming here. Oh, it is still running. So while it is running, it is trying to fetch all the available tools. So let's complete it first. Yeah, it is done. And you can come back to your tools and you will see all the available tools and the description. This tool is designed for add to number, complex add, complex multiply, convert temperature, and all these available tools you can explore. So once this server is created, how you can utilize this server? So you can either copy this URL and go to your Postman, or you go to your EMCP client, or maybe you can create your low code, no code agent. And let me quickly walk you through because I just want to cover each and everything you are required in order to build this agent. So go back to your UiPath Studio web. And like I said, feel free to copy this endpoint and utilize your Postman or any MCP, free MCP client. You can call this MCP server and all the available tools within this MCP server. So I can create a quickly new agent to show you like how you can utilize it. And we have different ways to do it here. MCP server utilization. Okay. So let me check autonomous agent, start fresh. Just keep all these things here. Here you can see we have this tools options, and just click on tools, and under these tools you will have the MCP server options. Just click on it, and you can type to search math. Okay, so yeah, it is not reflecting, but yeah, we can choose any available MCP server. You can choose UiPath Coded MCP server, and you will see all the available tools. If you want to select or deselect, you can deselect all, select all. If you want to use all these tools within your agent, you can select it. Okay, and yeah, that is it. So the agent is here, and your MCP server is also here in this tool. And you can come to the autopilot and ask your agent, and it will utilize your MCP server. Maybe whatever the prompt you are passing is like you are passing, utilize this tool that is called UiPath Code MCP server. There we have multiple tools. You need to pass these two values to perform these actions. So you want to add values or create values or multiply values. So feel free to pass these prompt. It will utilize this MCP server. And this is the one way you can utilize MCP server. You can utilize in different ways as well. And you have created the MCP server. And same way you also can add your other MCP server options available, that is called command prompt. So in order to create the MCP server with the help of command prompt, same way you have to pass the name first, UiPath command MCP server, And in order to follow some standard, you need to pass the command and argument. For your ease, I have these options here. So it is a very popular platform that is Stripe for payments. So here we have this MCP server for this Stripe and all the available tools you can see here. So with the help of these MCP server, which is created by Stripe, you can get Stripe account info, balance info, coupons, customer disputes, invoice, and these available tools are there. When you add these command, that is npx, so you need to pass this command that is called npx first. Then you can copy this arguments. Just copy this, and you can utilize this server within cursor. You can see VS Code, Windsurf, Cloud, CLI. So there we have different options, and these are different commands in order to write into your available tools in order to utilize this MCP server. So command we already have passed, need to pass the argument, which I copied it from here. You can see that is arguments. And you need to remove all these double quotes from here. Okay, so that is the command argument we have passed. It will fetch all the available tools within this MCP server, that is Stripe/MCP. And the next thing you need to pass the environment configurations. That is nothing, the Stripe secret key. You can copy it from here. Paste it equal to, I'm sure like it's not the right API key, but yeah, just for this demo, I'm just copying it from here and pasting. And in real scenario, you need to log into this Stripe first, then go to the developer section for settings. You need to generate this API key, and then you can copy and paste it here. Then it will bring all the available tools within this MCP server. The next thing you need to click on add. So MCP server is added, and you need to hold it here for a few times. It will start running to fetch all the available tools. So while it is running, it is trying to fetch all the available tools. If the key which is given here it is correct, then definitely it will fetch all the available tools. I'm sure it is not correct. So it is faulted because of this API key. You will notice here. So yeah, you can see verify environment variable correctly. So the key which is I'm passing, that is a dummy key. It is not the real one. So we need to pass the key, then it will fetch all these available tools here within this Stripe server. So yeah, that is all about this UiPath coded agent, MCP server, coded MCP server, UiPath, and the final, the last MCP server you can see here, that is called the remote MCP, and it will also require to put names, description, and the remote URL, and also the authorizations key here. You need to pass the remote server URL, and also you need to pass the headers. That is nothing, the authorization or the bearer token you need to pass, and you can click on add. It will automatically fetch all the available tools. Same way you have seen in the command, bring your external MCP server with the help of this command. Yeah. So yeah, these are the four options in order to add your MCP server and how you can leverage it within the ecosystem of UiPath and outside the UiPath ecosystem with the help of MCP client. So yeah, thank you so much. That is all about the coded
That's
agent
great
and
job.
MCP.
Yeah, that's great. Really interesting. You do have a couple of
Thank you.
questions, if you don't mind just answering them. It's the first one is what exactly the MCP server, apart from its general definition, like what if it would be there in place with the agent and what if it is not?
Yeah. So what exactly is MCP server? That is in the traditional view you have seen we have the API that is only focused on the only available on the few tools, and you can interact with the environment. But the Anthropic have created this model context protocol in order to bring all the capabilities like agent and your processes and all the other tools, not just talking about the UiPath, in different technology as well. If you talk about the SAP, if you want to leverage all the available options within the SAP ecosystems, you can create your MCP server, and there you can provide all the available options as a tools so that everybody can leverage it within outside the SAP, like UiPath can leverage the SAP MCP server. SAP can leverage the Microsoft SAP server. So they have created this MCP as a this protocol in order to communicate with any of the organization or any of the tool available on the organizations.
Great. Next question is, does Coded Agent represent an AI agent built using UiPath SDK?
Yeah, absolutely. It has designed for the AI agent, but you can because it is leveraging the LLM model. Anyways, you have to leverage OpenAI, Anthropic, or UiPath available models. So yeah, especially it is designed to ease the developers' jobs to create the agent or leveraging the different agent builder capabilities or the technologies like you have seen the LangChain, right? LangGraph, Llama Index. So these are the some platform or they are offering the templates or the framework in order to build the concrete agent, right? And you can leverage within your organization. So yeah, absolutely, it is designed to build your coded agent with also leveraging the the Python ecosystems to bring all these Python libraries within this agent to to give the extra capabilities to your agent. So not because you have seen in the low code no code agent, there we don't have these capabilities to bring Python libraries. With the help of this Python SDK, you can bring all the available Python libraries within this UiPath SDK.
Great. And last question is, why is the output truncated even though the max output tokens is set to 4K?
Currently, I'm using the staging environment, and UiPath has restrict because many MVPs and different user or different partner and companies are using the staging environment. So UiPath restrict these limitations in order to handle this request and also you have seen we have passing the prompt, very limited prompt, one liner or two words or three words prompt. So we need to pass the complete prompt to get the complete result. And you also have seen in the UiPath orchestrator, there we have just passed these three words prompt and it bring all the around 500 or 700 words. So there we don't have any limitations you have seen, right?
Great, thank you. So that's all the questions we have time for today. Thank you so much. Great presentation. Really great job just walking through it and make it really understandable. So thank you everybody for joining today. And don't forget to look for the recording. It will be available tomorrow.
Yeah, and look for the next session, which is next week on agentic testing, which is definitely a very hot topic these days from a UiPath community standpoint. So feel free to register for that session, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.